Welcome back to the Nightlife Podcast, Season 3, Episode 23. Guys, I am going to have the pleasure today of bringing in a friend, somebody who I met actually as promoters, both promoters at the time. Me a club owner, and then him promoting, and then different areas of the industry. And now he's owner of various different venues in the industry, from in the food and beverage industry, let's say. So without further ado, one of the kings of the Wynwood area in Miami. How are you, my friend? JHOTA, ¿cómo estamos?
Hi, how you doing? Thanks for having me.
No, man, not a problem. So, okay, so is JHOTA, JHOTA.
Yes. My name is Jhonatan, but everyone we really love. They call me Jota. So yeah, JHOTA.
Yeah, I've heard, Jhonata. I've heard Shota. I've heard Jota. I've heard so many different ways. But okay, I want to make sure.
It was like my nickname that my sister used to call me, in the house, and then everyone started calling me like that. So yes.
I see. JHOTA, so I don't want to get it wrong. What are the venues right now? I know you have Dirty Rabbit, which is one of the most visited venues right now in the Wynwood area. Growing super fast. I know there's Vándalo, and I know La Taqueria just opened. Correct?
Right. La Tiendita is La Taqueria Cantina. That's like the new concept that we just opened 1 week ago.
Right.
We have Backdoor Monkey.
Correct.
It's a sushi lounge. It's like a new place also. We opened 1 week before the pandemic, and then we have to close again. So now we're trying to restart.
Yeah.
We have also the Dirty Burgers. In maybe 1 month, we're going to open La Farandula. There's going to be a Colombian restaurant in Biscayne and 29.
So are you going a little more in towards the food than the bars, than the clubs, or what is it?
Bars are my passion, and my partner's passion also. So I think we're always going to be in the nice scene, or we hope to be.
Right.
But yeah, we want to try different adventures, and that includes gastronomic side. We have a really, really good chef with us. So we're building a really strong team.
Got it. All right. So where can people follow you guys on Instagram? Is there a specific company that they follow, or just each separate venue?
We have that's new, the Dirty Rabbit group.
Got it.
As a group, but we don't have much followers. But yes, as a venue, you can follow us as Dirty Rabbit.
Right. Each one has their own.
That's the main one. And then you can find Vándalo, La Tiendita, Backdoor Monkey,
So
La Farandula.
How long ago did you guys open Dirty Rabbit?
We started the project in 2017 and open to the public 2 years and some months, 2 years and a few months.
So how do you guys make this happen so fast? What kind of tip can you give out there? There's people here listening to us from all over the world that actually own small bars, or they're trying to get into ownership and want to build. That everybody that wants to be in this industry, they don't want to have just one, unless it's somebody who's been a bartender all their life and they just want to open a small bar to retire. That kind of person, which is
right,
is also something that happens a lot. But you and people that like to be in this and like the adventure, for sure.
Yes.
How do you go from starting a project 2017 and now in the middle of 220, which, by the way, 220 doesn't count with all these issues. We're talking about, I think we mentioned already 5 different, venues and more stuff coming. How does that happen?
Okay, so yeah, it was I was not looking for it, but as an entrepreneur, I was born here, but I grew up in Colombia, so I studied over there. My background, I'm an economist, and I was like focused on like industrial economy. So always trying to build, like different corporations or different like ventures over there. So I came like 6 years ago to start from scratch, like start from zero, and I started doing my own parties, my like small like ventures as a promoter. Then we met and everything. I did like all the bartender scene, went from server, assistant manager, and everything. And in the way, I started like to planning a lot. So I think like to make it happen has to be like 80%. Like how do you plan? And you have to like take the most of the time doing a good planning and doing your business plan, how you're gonna make it happen. And first, like don't worry about the money that maybe you don't have in the beginning. You think there's a lot of money and you stop like dreaming. No, you have to start planning. Don't thinking about the money at the beginning. Only with an idea and like the concept that you want to develop. Then little by little, you start looking what like pieces of the puzzle you're missing. That's maybe the initial capital, maybe like a strategic partner, and that's gonna take you like when you start with the idea, then you have a motivation to start like every day working in the idea, breathing the idea, living the idea. So that's the main point. Like dream a lot and start like planning, put it in a paper, start thinking about a name, about a concept, something that you're gonna enjoy for the few like near years that they're gonna come.
Right.
So that's like my best advice. So in my personal case, I was working as a bartender, and I knew like one of my managers in that time. He was really talented. Like he had like fresh ideas, different ideas, and we did like a nice friendship. So I was like, hey, this guy has all the potential, and he has like the network, and has been here for 20 years doing the same things, and every place that he opened is successful. So I think he could be a strong partner for me. And I was planning like my own business plans
Who
at
who
that time.
who was that strategic partner?
Andres
Andres San
San
Martin.
Martin.
Got it.
Yes, Andres, he used to be like DJ at Space. He's
Right.
graduated like from the Cordon Bleu of Culinary. He was also bartender, dishwasher, and
Yeah, Andres
was
is
like a
one
little
that has done everything in the industry, definitely.
in the industry. He was like a little bit crazy, but the good way. He
Right.
was really, really creative and thinking always like different. Like not everyone has that special touch. So he was working on his project. I was working on mine. And one day we went for a coffee, and I told him, hey, let's partner up and let's make this happen. And I told him like everything about me, and we started putting like the idea together. So we started by the name, like like a week thinking about a name that was catchy, that it was fun, that people was gonna identify with it. And then like the Dirty Rabbit came along.
Right. Is anything as to where the rabbit and the name itself came from?
Yes, we were thinking like it had to be a name that like even though it's like it's in English and everything, like the Latin people will connect with it, and like everyone. So when you start like drinking or you go to a bar, you want to relax, you want to forget your daily, your daily basis, job problems. And after two or three drinks or shots, you start getting a little bit dirty in one way or the other. You
Right.
start seeing everyone maybe more pretty. You start dancing. You start relaxing. And that was like, hey, you get dirty. And the rabbits, they're known being like, they're sexy, they're nice, and they get like laid a lot. So we're like, hey,
Right.
why don't call it like the dirty rabbit? And it went like that side, like the dirty side of the mind when you go to party and you
Right.
drink and you become someone else.
So I'm definitely a fan of having names that have a reason and a story behind always. That's one of the things. And the second, I agree 100% that currently especially now. I mean, because there was a time where the clubs wanted to be a little more high end and sophisticated and have those kinds of names. But I think everybody, even the most sophisticated people, want their places, their bars. Especially in an area like Wynwood, a local bar like that. You want it to be that raw and a name that everybody can identify with 100%. So a lot of success
Wow,
in
yeah,
that.
that was like the main, and going with the hand with the neighborhood,
Right.
and yeah, like what Winwood is all about. So
Right.
yes, with
Did you guys, when you guys started talking, were you planning that you were going to have more than one, or you were thinking of just one bar at the time?
at the time we started like only with that concept, and we had like all our energy like focused on that, because we also realized sometimes you start trying to do a lot of things. So you want to do like Uber driver, you like a lot of activities, and the entrepreneur, you want to build company, and you want to sell shoes, you want to sell glasses, you want to look like for a lot of sources of income.
Right.
And here, like, I learned that to make it happen, I had to focus like in the
Yeah.
beginning in one, because I didn't have like a big team behind me. So in that moment, it was only one. Uh, we did everything from scratch. Like if I'm gonna show you the photos one day, the rabbit, it was like a rabbit hole, like in the end of a backyard. The backyard didn't have grass. It was like all muddy and everything. But we saw that that was gonna be the magic of the place.
Right.
And that street was really, really, no one like used to walk in that street. It was really dark and everything. And yeah, we bring that street to life.
Hey, that was my office was in that on that street on the corner of 24th and Miami Avenue. That whole corner was my office
Right.
7 years ago. But then and it was awful. My wife, when she would go to the office, she would like run to the car at night. It was awful.
Right.
So I know
At the
100%.
end of the street,
Yeah, on 24 and
and North Miami,
yeah.
right now, there is Backdoor Monkey, 24 and North Miami.
Oh, see, right there, that corner.
So maybe,
So
yeah,
you
maybe it was the same.
you are on the corner on the left, and I was the one on the right, the one with the patio.
Right. I'm
That's
there.
where you are.
Backdoor Monkeys.
Oh, that was my
Yes.
office. That was my office.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, yeah,
So it's
correct.
gonna be a good project. It has good
Definitely.
energy.
Yeah, that venue, I loved it. I mean, we had a great time, and we didn't even build a bar at that venue, but we did events in it for like Art Basel or during Art
Used to be
Walk.
like a rum place too, like
The
Miami rum.
Miami Rum was right next door, so it was
To
half.
you?
Yeah. So we used.
That's great. That's great.
Actually, he used to give me rum so that we could give it out to the people that were coming to the venue, and we would, sell art. And
That's
that
why
was
we like. That's why we like that place then, because it has your energy. Good vibes over there.
salute to that.
Salute.
So I love the fact that you guys started with an idea. You guys weren't even partners before anything. He was doing one thing, you were doing another thing. Both of you Colombian. You guys joined forces. Each one of you has completely different experience and completely different things to bring to the table. Probably you guys are not joining forces thinking, "Oh, I'm gonna take this guy's money or this guy's money," because it wasn't either one. It was actually your minds
Right.
and your ideas, and that, which is what I think works even better. And I agree with you. The money comes when it's a good plan, when it's a good idea. Then people are gonna be calling, "Hey, I want to be part of the next one." So talk to
Right.
me about when and how you guys end up going from that first to the next.
So the rabbit it began like being like really, really popular in the time, and the people like understood and accepted the concept. So we started first like taking the next spaces that we had like next to the rabbit. So it was first like an expansion, and then we started building the dirty burgers, because people was partying and having a really good time, and we had like a food truck, but the city never let us use it in the patio area. So people they went to look for food, and then some of them, they didn't come back because it was like a long line and this and that. So we needed the food. So we started with the Dirty Burgers. That was like the first one, an expansion and the Dirty Burgers. So we were happy. We were like focused only in that, like start building the brand and maybe have like more Dirty Rabbits, like little by little. But we believed so much in Wynwood, and what Wynwood was showing us that it was the place to be. So we started like, hey, this is like a neighborhood that is transforming itself and is gonna become one of the hottest neighborhoods in Miami and maybe the States. So why don't we look like for opportunities right here with locals, and we're gonna have like all the venues like close to the other. So then, like a second opportunity came. It was a restaurant, a second generation restaurant that they were closing.
Is that Vandalo?
So that's Vandalo, right? So they sent someone to knock on our door and told us like, hey, we like what you're doing.
Right.
We have this place. Why don't we do something together or this and that? And the story is really long, but now, like, we did Vándalo and then la taquería, la tiendita, in the same place. So la tiendita is la taquería in front, and the speakeasy, like the party mode and everything, is Vándalo in the back.
Which I understand a lot of what's happening nowadays due to, the high rents and just things changing in general. One of the ways that the business is tending to go is that a lot of businesses are doing more than one type of business in the same venue or concepts. Just you keep the rent low. You are able to be full most of the time because it's a smaller venue to
that
pack.
Was the idea,
right?
Yeah, so, you nailed it. Like that's the idea, and everything has to be connected. Correct. The concept, they can fight each other, but they have to be connected. So in La Tiendita we have a little window, and we're selling coffees. We're selling paletas, but everything like Mexican. So we have like Mexican coffee, Mexican paletas, everything but it's different source of income from one venue. That's the idea.
Are you guys planning on staying in Wynwood, or are you thinking of the possibilities of getting out of there again?
For now, I have like long-term leases, like 10 years. We're going to stay, hopefully, for a long period, but what you're saying is true. Like the rents in Wynwood are so high right now that is losing a little bit the touch that you can like offer like really, really affordable prices for everyone.
Right.
So we don't like that, but it's only like the prices are really high, like the rent and everything. So
yeah, it's what happened on the beach first, then it happened on Brickell.
Right. It happens like in every hot neighborhood and then like the condos come and everything.
Right.
So like in the near future, we're gonna start looking for opportunities like in upcoming neighborhoods.
Right. I was gonna ask you
with the Rabbit
if you've looked at downtown, because on our side we've seen a lot of people that are coming towards downtown in our industry.
Flagler Street.
Yeah, we partnered with a restaurant on Flagler. It's called Pes.
Congrats! I'm gonna go and check it out.
And we were opening also March 20, right when this started. So we had to postpone. I was opening again this week, and then now with the riots, I'm like, you know what? Now we're gonna wait.
The same page. We were so happy. I rehired all the staff. Like I had like all the staff that they were with me like since this started, like to last week. But we called like a lot of new staff like to reinforce the opening.
Right.
But yeah, everything had to postpone again. So this week the curfew was lifted up to 9 yesterday. Now they told us the good news that we're gonna be open up to 12.
Awesome.
So hopefully we can do a little bit of like operation now.
Definitely. It's needed, and people need it. Definitely.
Right.
So I know that you did a little management, and that Andres did too. Some management in the industry. But I know that when you're an owner, it's complicated to become the manager at the venues that you're operating. You do a lot of managing, but you need good managers to manage your venues. And it's a mistake that some people make, that they don't hire good managers and they think I'll just do it myself. There's
Right.
actually an issue on the Brickell. In Brickell, there's one place that opened, and the owner wants to do everything. He's never been in the industry. Just it's not easy to make it happen. It's most likely for sale now. But
Yes, it's
my
difficult.
and my question is this: I mean, how important was that for you? Because I know that you hired a couple of managers. You have from La Veinte, and then you have from Blue Martini, my friend Joey, and so for example, those are big, strong names. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it's probably people that are making good money at also.
Right. That's true. That's true.
So what? Talk to me a little bit about how you go about finding the best managers possible for your team.
So I think like some of them, or I believe like some of them, they have like a lot more experience than I do, like in the industry and everything. But they were seeing what I was doing, and we were what we were doing, and they like, I think they identify themselves with like with the concepts and the
Right.
venues. So they like Brian from Nautilus Hotel, yeah, Joey from Blue Martini, Stefano from Cantina, and like another group that is behind them. Is every like if we want to grow, like at the beginning, Andres and I, we used to be managers. We were like floor managers. We did the office. We started doing everything because we
Right.
didn't have the budget. So we
Right.
were like every day, 7 days a week, in the floor, in the office, doing everything, bartending. Andres was DJing and everything. Now, if we want like to have like a hospitality group, and that you can really be known in the industry as an hospitality group, you have to surround with the best.
Yeah. You
So
said it
I
right.
be
Better than you. They have to be better than yourself.
right. So I started like searching for those people that I think that they're like stronger, they're honest, and they're really hard working as I am. And I told them like, hey guys, let's make a group, let's make like a big and strong family, and this is like the first step to becoming a real big company, and I want them to be part of it, and
Right.
to be in a near future my partners in the next upcoming projects that we have.
Right.
So that's the vision and it's my mentality and my philosophy.
Right. I agree. Nobody grows by themselves. You have to be
Right.
willing to be open to the possibility of sharing and and things have
Enjoying
to.
the ride.
Yeah.
Enjoying the ride,
Oh,
and yeah, and all this, like it has been like 3 years almost of learning every day. Like we're learning like from each other.
right.
So they're getting my strength, I'm getting theirs, and we're working in ideas together and in the same vision at the same time. So I think when you do that with passion, and it brings good things to the table. The process slowed down because of the pandemic and everything, because we had like a really, like, how do you say, strong roots.
Hmm.
So I was trying to build like strong roots. If you have like the solid cements like from the ground,
Right.
the rest is gonna be easier.
Correct.
Sometimes you start growing so fast that you don't have time to, and then you have to go back and close the venues and everything because you didn't do it the right way.
Right.
So yeah, now we're gonna restart again, but I have faith like in the next year or something, everything is gonna be the same as it was.
Right. So I
It's
was
gonna be
gonna
slowly.
And I was gonna ask you, that's actually the next subject that I wanted to touch on, because I know everybody that's listening, I get a lot of messages, a lot of questions regarding the industry. There are people out there that think that the industry is disappearing, that it's going out, that there won't be more bars and clubs and all this stuff. I'm the one, the kind that believe that there's an evolution of it more than a disappearing act. I don't think it's going anywhere. People need it. People need us. People like us that love this, and we enjoy this ride, as you said before. So, what are your thoughts on what is happening, especially with the COVID and coming back, the industry in general? What are your thoughts on that?
Uh, I really think like worldwide is like a big hit to the industry. A lot of like colleagues and business owners, they're not gonna make it. They're gonna have to close the doors down. Like that's really sad. It's like the economy in general that is gonna be affected, but the industry, we took like the first hit and the strongest like
Right.
hit in the economy. What I believe is after all this starts to like we go through all this difficult process, we're gonna go out like stronger and better. Human beings, we like to relationship with each other. We want to be in
Yeah.
contact.
We need the
So
human
I
touch.
think right, the human touch and everything. So I think even though, yeah, it's gonna be like the nightclubs and everything, people's gonna be a little bit more scared or more careful about it.
Right.
At the end, we need that. We need that contact. It's part of our soul, and I don't think that's gonna change like 100%.
Right.
But we're gonna have transformation and yeah, like different things that we're gonna adapt to.
Right. Yeah, I see it more as an evolution of what people, from what they do now to what they're going to be doing next. And things have changed for many reasons. There was the prohibition years, and they, people were hiding to have a drink, and and I don't think we're going to go to that, because that's not going to be the case. It's not like it's going to be prohibited.
Right.
It's not a problem with the alcohol per se. It's more about crowds and that kind of thing, which, of course, I believe it'll be gone. It's not forever. The main issue is probably how much it affects people now and how many are able to stand. But then again, that's where I think the stronger will survive. And by stronger doesn't always mean the ones with more money.
Right.
There's also the ones that did the smartest things and were able to, to stay afloat and have the team that's willing to wait to come back, like you have, for example. I know that everybody that's working with you guys can't wait to come back and for you guys to reopen. I know that you've done a few things, a few events, and you've had people from your team show up to help out and all that kind of stuff. So
Yes.
it's a family. It's a family.
To keep the team together as a family.
Mm-hmm.
So I always was like every week, like, hey, what we're gonna do this week? We have to be like mentally active and have that contact with the team. Not like, hey, see you in 3 months. No.
Right.
So every week we're in contact, and I think like
that's
they
important.
appreciate it. Yes.
And let me ask you one last question before you go, because it's almost a half hour that we've been here. The last thing that I want to know is, what are the measures that you guys are going to be taking or are already taking now that you're opening? Because I know that you are one of the few that are taking a lot of matters into your hands and really doing something about things.
No, yeah, thanks for asking. So yeah, like we know, like this is gonna change like the industry and everything, like for a little bit or maybe for a long time. But what I know, like as our side of like doing the operation, is that we have to be more responsible in every single step and every single things that before didn't matter so much for us. Now everything comes into consideration. So it's the staff safety, our customers' safety, our own safety. So we're doing like everything. The social distancing, since you come to the venue and you make the line, so we can have like all the venue marked with the social distancing. We have like plexiglass, the like VIP dining areas and everything. So you're gonna be with your group. You come with your group. You go to your space. You're gonna have like a space for you and your family, or for you and your friends. All the staff, they're gonna disinfect like every table before you sit and after you go. We have cameras in the entrance that they control like the temperature. So the staff, before they start the shift, we're gonna do like a questionnaire asking like if they have symptoms and everything. Right. Every single day. Then we do the temperature checking, and everyone has to have like masks and everything the whole time. We doing everything touchless, so the menus, QR, You scan it and you get like all the menu. You do your order through the app for the phone, really friendly. In the restrooms, the soap and the hand dryers, they're all like automatic too.
Right.
Then we have like a new technology that also like it goes with nanoparticles, and they go to the air. And you can be present there, and they disinfecting everything. So
Right.
that's like for now. Then when everything happens and like the vaccine comes out and everything, we don't want to be like an hospital that you it has to be
Yeah.
done like the cool way,
Correct.
our way, so you enjoy it, but you still forget that you're going to have some fun.
Right. You have to have the Dirty Rabbit
yeah, but
experience or the Vandalo experience or whatever the venue,
right,
even though you are taking care of all those things and making sure
taking the
that people are safe.
right.
Correct. So
And right now we're like in 50% capacity. We're
Yeah.
like in first phase of the reopening. I think like bars, they're gonna start tomorrow. Only like a table serving, and like a couple of weeks, it's gonna be like the second phase of the reopening of Miami, and hopefully everything gonna be a little bit more normal.
Right. Yeah. Believe me, I'm hoping to real soon.
No,
No, but yeah,
no.
I
Nice
feel
seeing
you.
you.
No, same here. Thank you so much for making the interview. I want it one more time. I want to go over some things to let remind people just how big this is. What these guys were able to build in so little time. Number one, it's only been 3 years, which is a very small amount of time. Not that you haven't been in the industry for longer. Yes, you have. This is not something that you can. And I always say, don't try to start this unless you have somebody from the industry. Find the right partner. Find the right person to join forces with. Get a little dog, 100%. Focus on one thing at a time. Don't try to do everything. Don't try to
Give me
become.
one sec, please. I don't know. I'm here again.
Okay. Try to focus on one thing only. Don't
So
don't try to do everything, at the same time. Focus on one thing. Make sure, like I said, with the right partner, the focus, and you know, make it happen. Believe 100% in your idea.
believe in
You
your
know,
dreams and in yourself.
yes, 100%. And try to build a family. Remember that it's, when it comes to the staff, you want to build a family, and that's how you're going to have, loyal staff that are going to be going with you. And it's not going to be like you're tricking them to feel like they're in a family. You are really building a family.
Yeah,
It's serious
that's
relationships.
part of your life. You're gonna be more there than in your house, than in like the college. You're gonna
Yeah.
be 100% of your time with your family.
100%. And
Yes.
guys, I wish you the best. I know 100% that you guys are gonna, make stuff happen. You guys
Oh,
are good
thanks a
people.
lot. Like we're gonna see soon, and yeah, like if everyone needs an advice or something that we can like share with you, like contact Julio, Mario, and you let us
Definitely.
know. You have like a more experience
Um,
that we do too, but we're here to serve everyone.
Thank you.
So
And
anything you
you
need,
know what? I'm gonna be inviting you to something because I know you guys have a lot to give, and I mentioned this the other day. I am building a membership that it's actually to build nightlife entrepreneurs, people who want to grow in the industry into becoming owners, and that membership has a lot of information. And the idea is for this to build a community of people that actually want to help others be able to do it all around the world. So
come with me.
definitely,
Come with
thank you.
us.
Definitely. Thank you. Very good to see you,
Thanks.
Jhonatan. See you guys
The
next week.
same.
All right.
Stay safe. Bye bye.
Bye bye.